tested it. I got it. Boom, it's working. All right, we're recording this time, so this should be uploaded in the weekly chat. Last week it wasn't recording. They've updated the interface. They've updated everything with uh and by they I mean school themselves. They've updated the live because they've had so many complaints. And now I got picture in picture. I can actually read comments and you don't have to deal with the infinity screen. So hopefully all of y'all can see this and there's no infinity screen. Should be good to go. I checked everything before we went live, but if there's any issues, let me know. Not this keyboard, the other one. I thought I turned this off. Let me turn this open call off. I muted that. Hopefully it's not dinging too loud for all of you. And welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Good Sunday. Happy Sunday. Beautiful, sunshiny, and cold up here in Alaska. So we're going to do now. And because of this is the same one we worked on last week, but it's just a JSON format. Maybe it'll let me show you what it does. And I think this is super useful. This is for the sudo prompter. I've altered the original. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, no, it really is a big win. And now not having to be worried about forced out of our house again because of they're selling it or renting and stuff. So, those are all things people have to deal with and one more burden off the family, especially with the grandkids. But back to the lesson or back to what I'm doing is explaining what I'm doing a bit here. I've taken and altered, the initial JSON that goes with the tool. I know y'all have used the sudo prompter tool, and once you get it installed, it looks like this, and it'll ask you to go to sudo create. We'll create some songs, and yeah, and there's last songs I made paid off the hate. I put at the end. I've been putting at the end of the videos, but it'll take you to sudo prompter, and actually my picture in picture is good. I can move it. There's a picture in picture. I don't know if y'all can see the chat on the screen or not, but it was covering the tool. But here's our sudo prompter. That's where we'll upload this JSON. And that's really just a fancy format for a Word document, right? It's a bunch of text with some brackets in a certain manner. Nothing too complicated, but it definitely is too complicated for me. So I didn't even know what that document was before this tool was invented, but that's essentially what we're creating is to work with that auto prompting tool. But we've even further altered the format of that JSON to work with simple mode. So once I want to go in here, I can just have it on simple and it'll auto paste title lyrics. And I'll just show you. It's going to auto paste the title on the top line because that's what we want, title on the top line. Then the lyrics, which is essentially for us, our lyrics are just a good chorus. And see, it must have the chorus in these brackets. It's like a command for sudo to use this as the chorus. And of course, you can alter this any way you want. And I like to do most of my edits in sudo right there on the spot and let AI do its thing. That's a heartbeat going off in the background, making sure lots of things are going. I've been loving Clawbot, got it on all my computers, got everything hardened, certain readmes and whatnot. Of course, there's security risks, but most of the security risks come from downloading outside tools, by the way, as I've researched, if you're wondering about that. If you make your own tools and your own skills, you don't have to worry about that. And Claude will make all that. But so we're going to go ahead and create a new one. Now that y'all kind of understand what the structure I'm doing there, I'm just going to show you. And now let's make another 35 song album in the exact same format. Only I want these. Oh, I see I hit the caps button, fat fingered it. These songs to be outlaw, gunslinger, Western style songs. Still using, I'm going to move this out of the way here. still using only 3 words or less per title. Right. Fix a couple of these. All right. Cool. And it should bang out another one in that same format, 35 songs in that template where we can auto paste it. So what the tool is going to do is it's going to just paste in there and click generate for us and bang that up pretty fast. You can see here it is. It's writing every song in the same format with titles. And if you don't like the titles, if you don't like the way it sounds, just regenerate, right? And make another one. And picture. So I can only see the chat, so can't see the video. I'm relying on everyone to let me know if you can't hear me, but I'm assuming y'all can. Banging out the song here. Suno's ready to start creating. As soon as we agree this is good and download it. Pinkerton's Broke Holster Prayer. See, I like some of these. Whiskey Telegraph. Scalp Creek Reckoning. It might be a little controversial. Be careful with controversial stuff, by the way. I notice Claude is a little more lenient. And ChatGPT is a little more strict, right? ChatGPT is like B-rated, PG-13, a little more, and Claude can definitely grab some things sometimes. Nothing too crazy, but might not be what you want to project on your show. It's fun as trying to read that as fast as it's going, right? There it is. Volume 3, Outlaw Western, Cold Campfire. Sounds cool. And we're going to go ahead and we'll just go ahead and download that. Download our JSON. Bang, bang. Get it for 2Suno. Should be done there. Now, when I go to upload JSON, it should let me load this pretty quickly. I'm going to go to downloads. Boom, there it is. Now we have 35 songs, and just like that, we created 35 titles and courses. But you can still further edit here if you wanted to, right? If you want to go through one by one. I've done this several times. I don't necessarily do it. Wanted Alive, like almost certainly there's 50 songs out there named Wanted Alive, right? That's the kind of things you want to check for. We'll just do that, but it's like if you want to make sure there's no songs out there, because something I ran into for the first time. See, and something I ran into for the first time on my other account is it's actually trying to give me, what do you call it? It's trying to fetch me like cover song licenses, but it doesn't tell me which song. So it says it for the whole album on one of my blues albums. I'll have to go try to lock in and show you here in a bit. But we're going to trigger this. We're going to let it ride because one, they can't copyright song titles, but two, we don't necessarily want to try using other song titles, right? These look pretty good, but it's something to look out for. And especially as you move along, you want to make sure you're not reusing song titles. And that's why, for the most part, until recently, and this is only because it's a new artist. Like, for example, my main artist, I only make songs on ChatGPT because all the songs have been made under the same, um, like agent. You set up a little project, right? And so I also have all my songs uploaded to that in the memory, kind of like the memory stored in there. I have all albums uploaded to it. So it doesn't repeat songs. I'm going to do this with Claude too, but I only have a couple albums. It's not a big deal right now. And I've uploaded tons of stuff to this chat as well. But just food for thought. What's to say? Let me read it. All right, maybe if I click back on school, it's giving me a notification. Okay, it's long. That's why. How do you make sure it's not? Oh, yeah, that's what I was answering right there. Chat GPT does repeat a lot. That I post all the songs in there. I got all the I'll just copy the URLs directly off of, YouTube and paste them right in there, to YouTube URLs to be specific. That's what I have pasted in there. I probably should grab all URLs considering YouTube doesn't have songs all posted, but yeah, just the YouTube URLs to the albums, YouTube music URLs to the albums, and I posted them in there. But what is it? I make all the songs in the same exact under the same project, and I always give it the commands, new and original titles, check for the old ones. So especially now, it sure does give uh similar titles. But then also I go around that by slightly, and I don't mean like a drastic change, slightly changing the slightly changing the genre, if that makes sense. And for example, not even changing the genre, the subgenre, right? Like for example, writing about blues music. One day it could be blues music and how I wanted to be tailored towards more towards maybe lost my lady, a dog ran away, the truck broke down, or country, want it to be like that. And then another album, I could be like, all right, make this more about angels and demons and graveyards. And then go and make sure. And if I think what I'll do is if I think something's and also if I think something's sorry, I got to open up, go back to the main page. This little chat's not populating enough for me to read. Yeah, David, I think Claude's better now. It wasn't before. Like for example, when I started, I didn't think Claude was better, but I think Claude's better at it now for sure. Just because, and I don't know why, but it's definitely pumping them out. Go click back to here so I can read the full comment again. Make sure it's not it's so like small. Move closer to the camera or closer to the screen. Yeah, I think Claude's better. That's in my honest opinion right now, the way it sits, I think Claude is better. And that's the new artist here, I say new, he had an album or two on it. Gravel Dust, y'all can go look it up, is what I'm working on today. But it does, man. Especially I noticed with my main artist, I started getting like, and it wouldn't even be the same. It would just be very similar. And I don't even want that, on my main artist. And let's click start. Just want to kind of scroll through these titles. But ultimately, you can't copyright song titles. You just can't knowingly use another person's title. And so yeah, it didn't change that title. Change it. Okay. Oh, I probably didn't save changes. Oh, wrong keyboard. Huh. That's funny. I got two keyboards right here and I type on the wrong one all the time. Just type that there as well. Save. Back. And yeah, dude, this tool's so cool, saves so much time. But I'm gonna go ahead and put 20 seconds here so it doesn't start instantly buffering my API. And now it should start auto prompting songs. And we'll be able to go listen to some of those. The next thing I'm gonna do is make album cover. I'll do that in ChatGPT. And I honestly like to make my album covers after I get a couple songs made, and I kinda have, like, an idea of what I'm gonna title it because I just titled the album after my song. I got been asked that question a lot too, if anybody's wondering. I usually just title an album after I make the song because I could very likely just call it "Wanted Alive Again." You know what I mean? Let's see, Bounty Paid Cold. I usually just kinda go through and whatever I think sounds kinda cool. Ambush Creek seems like a pretty good song. Sounds like pretty good tale. Does anybody have any questions though? I'm just working on I'm gonna get this album knocked out today, and I'll probably publish it right after we get off this chat because my internet's gonna be buffered, and it'll definitely give me issues. And when your internet's buffering too, keep in mind if anybody has trouble uploading albums, like it's not getting it's like erroring and stuff like that. It's your signal possibly too, right? If you're running Wi-Fi like me, I'm hardwired now, but it's basically Wi-Fi now. And I just got the new internet and it still buffers a lot. So if it's buffering or you're erroring, I'll just click reload. Don't refresh the page. Don't, you know, I'll show you why this is working. I'll show you what I mean. Just giving y'all some nuggies here. Go to the not the bank, we'll go to upload. Upload music. I'll show you what I mean, because I'm sure some of y'all have ran into this issue, and I keep meaning to mention it to you. If you're all the way at the bottom, when you click done, and then all of a sudden one of your songs errors out, it gets red, it's giving you an issue. Just click it, one, go up and maybe click the song again, click the WAV, but ultimately just make sure your signal's good and click submit again. All right, click try again. And if y'all haven't done that. So I don't want people to freak out. I don't want you to go and just like refresh the page instantly. But yeah, make sure that. Um and we got a few. I'm gonna see how many we got in here. How's everybody doing? Brian, Cornelia, David, Julia, Merrick, Matt, Tracy. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing this weekend? Feel free to drop any questions if y'all have them in the chat, and I'll answer those. Hopefully everybody, I think hopefully everybody's streaming along now. Y'all are getting oh, I'm using paid everything, bro. I got the max plan on everything now, especially with what do you call it? Um Clawbot cranking on 3 different computers right now, 24/7. I mean, yeah. I really want this time to be for y'all to catch, any questions y'all have. We can clear it up or anything you want to theorize on, because I also like experimenting as well. Like for example, right now I got website being built out, auto blog essentially on my main artist um, website. That's just auto blogging a blog post for every song and linking it back to all my music links, and so I can hopefully that'll drive some traffic. Stuff like that's going on. The Pinterest isn't doing too much for any of it. 1 or 2 clicks, but that's better than nothing, even though I'm using a bot for that. Let's check. Here we are cranking along. Make sure this doesn't error me out. Start checking the length on some of these. Make sure they're not wild. Nice. They're all slow 4-minute songs, 3-minute songs. I like that. What brought you the most money? Was it a single song? Um, I run ads on YouTube. They're very effective, but the songs that I run ads to had 500,000 streams on Spotify and YouTube each, not just either, or not together, but each before I ran ads, and they're crushing. Like, but I'm running them to get subscribers and they're working great. What did you single? I mean, I would say it's hard to say. It's not even one album, but it's like 2 or 3 songs really did really well. So that they're on different albums, but like 3 songs probably brought the most money. But to be fair, when I click by song breakdown by song, it's all like one of their the top like 10 songs. They're all just a couple $100 shy of each other, all across a few different albums. But it's definitely like my middle albums in what I've got, and they're a little older. It took like they went viral like 3 months after I released them, 4 months after I released them. And, they're still like my top songs right now. They're just carrying the whole thing. But ultimately, it's a whole bunch of songs kind of just getting a steady base of streams. You know what I mean? Like playlists that are getting played by the algorithm favoring me. I have is are people. Yeah, I definitely have an LLC for my main artist, and I have an LLC for this business, and that's all just to protect me from anybody trying to sue me. Straight up answer: anybody that's like, I want to sue you for this or I want to sue you for that, they're going to find an empty bank account, and I'll close the LLC. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? It's a corporate veil. I'm not the guy to be giving out business lessons like that. but I've been through quite a few business courses. The military made sure I was, the Army made sure I was prepared when I retired. So I took advantage. Good question, though. I recommend it if you're making money to do that, but not necessary until you're making money because they can only take what's connect. But if you have, like me personally, I'm like, okay, maybe somebody, whatever goes on with AI when it comes down the pipeline, if they're like, I can't fathom a way that anything can happen with anybody. But that's the thing. They like to cook up ways to do that kind of stuff. A good question, though. I definitely have an LLC straight up for my artists, and one from well, I have an LLC for an artist, an LLC for. All right, here we go. I have 1 month in. I have 3 artists, 12 albums, 234 songs is pretty good. No, you should be making albums. The number one strategy is make albums. That's everywhere. YouTube videos are a side hustle, like a double dipping project to that. Because in my opinion, not that they're not good or they don't do a purpose, but we have. If you're interested in using like the AI to do things, Clawbot is freaking pumping out music videos for me right now. Like there's videos being uploaded to my artist that I'm not making. I can just and I got Whisper downloaded on Clawbot, so I just talk to Telegram. Like I don't even have to type. I can be driving and be like, "Hey, fix this. It looks like crap. Why does it look like this?" Because and I try to use the correct terminology so the bot knows what I'm talking about. But as I'm doing this, I'm learning the language that is used to create these things. Like I didn't know what a cron job was or a JSON was before I started doing AI music. So and I learned that from AI. So I'm making YouTube videos now, but I've always just maintained that making YouTube videos is not the priority. I'm not saying it don't work, and the next artist I'm fixing to target with YouTube videos, I literally plan on setting up as soon as I get a chance, and now I'm moving and stuff, is the Russian raps because the Russian raps videos are doing very well. So like that's one where making videos can lead it. But if you make good videos on anything, I think it can lead to any good artist. But it's just or lead to your artist. It's just up to you how much time you want to put in. My opinion, bang for buck is songs are just easier to create, but it's really about how much time you put and effort you put into your songs, right? It all kind of it's kind of like a value proposition. Social media, multiple income streams, and such. So curious to how people were protecting themselves. Yeah, that's me. And like, I'm not gonna say I recommend that because people are in different portions of the world. Like, I got people in the premier group, and they're in the VIP group. And I got people that are just around the world, and they don't necessarily even have those options. They have different options. But I always recommend if protecting all your assets any way you can, whether that's um, spreading the risk, having multiple DistroKid accounts, right? Not having multiple Gmails. There's some easy ways, cheap ways that we can spread out our risk here. But yeah, I definitely recommend protecting those. Sorry, I keep clicking back to read the comments because they're not popping up real good over here for me to read. I keep trying to get this to X off. Um, yeah, and please ask more questions. Let me know if I have any more questions. But yeah, Matt, definitely I'm not saying don't make videos. Videos are great now because we're making albums so fast, right? So I want to clarify on that point. I don't mean go crank out too many albums and get issues caused at your DistroKid account because some people have had issues. And I think it may be because just too much uploading because I've never uploaded that much that early. And then, maybe it's got to warm up or what. But videos are still, I think, the main way to advertise your music. That's why this works because it's advertising little videos to your music already through the YouTube Partner Program. But I definitely think the videos are, the way to go. And I'm using like Clean AI right now to make other videos. Y'all can look at the shorts that I just started publishing on my YouTube channel, on the AI Gorilla channel, where most of y'all found me from. I just started publishing some shorts yesterday using AI. It's got like Kling. That's an AI avatar with my voice talking. So I'm messing with that. I know it's a little off the topic there, but that's also the same method I'm using to make music videos too. So y'all saw me make I made that video of me making Velvala with it. So that's going right now. Like it's got let's go to Velvala. It's going, and let's check on the live stream right now. And getting that domain name was a score. I'm surprised it wasn't available. See if the live is still going. Yep, see the live shut off. So I got to check on it, or it's private and I didn't put it public because I have everything getting uploaded as private. And but all these are AI. These are all created by Claude. And look, they're not getting many views, but nothing like spending an hour or 2 hours making a video and then it gets 5 views, right? And this is paid me a couple $1,000. This artist, it's paying me every month. Velvala is, but I just need to get more songs and more videos and whatnot. But this is all Clawbot making these hour-long videos that I went through making. I didn't make any of these images. I gave it my Gemini API key, paid the 4 cents because it's worth it to me because I'm busy at the gym. I'm busy with you guys. I'm busy, making albums instead. Got another comment here. It's Russian making it in. Pay 10 cents a dollar. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I like, for example, and I've said it a bunch of times. All those artists y'all guys see me make, all the artists you see me make on YouTube, I literally only made those for you guys. I didn't make them because I thought I was going to be the best artist or whatnot. But it's not in Russia. The home channel, and David, I'm talking to you. The home channel, even though it says Russian rap and it is Russian whatnot, the home channel is in the United States. And the main language on all those albums I dropped is English. So for all intents and purposes, those are Russian albums dropped in America, even though they are in Russian language, essentially, and little Russian raps. And I got a few Russian friends. They think this stuff's kind of cool. But yeah, so like ultimately, it should still be all American pay. And the let's see, I go to DistroKid and I'll pull this up. Actually, I'm gonna look on my phone real quick because I don't show y'all all my artist info, but let's see, because it just actually paid me, I think, for Russian raps. And something I was surprised about, by the way, I want to share with everyone. Something I'm surprised about is that Dark Ambiento paid me like $7, and I'm not sure where it came from because I didn't even claim the Spotify accounts on that one. So that I think some people bought some iTunes stuff on there. I need to go ahead and upload all my data to AI again and ask it. But let me break this down by artist here, and I want to see again how much. Yeah, because Russian Raps has paid me almost $30, dude. $26 so far. That's pretty good because we just started that channel in January. So that's honestly, that's what I was telling you. Those videos, they're performing really well. And so right now, just a basic guess, like Russian Raps is paying either equal or higher than the other ones through DistroKid, but I'm not exactly sure what platform that's through, right? Because it's on all platforms. But just for example, it's paid me a total of $26, which isn't bad. And Dark Ambi, but we just created all those guys. Yeah, Dark Ambiento, because I've only got 2 or 3 albums on Dark Ambiento, and it's paid me $7 already. And they're not even all in the system yet. Only 2 of those albums are even on YouTube. It was one of the ones I resubmitted. We got more messages. Are you automating the see, Tracy said here, are you automating the music generation process further or just no, I'm not automating it any further. Like this is enough for me because it's almost done with these songs. It's on song number 14. Looks like it keeps pausing, by the way. But this is fast enough for me, but once I get everything moved to the new house, I'm gonna set it up faster. I am working on auto generating the process because I have it set up on a Mac Mini to actually do all the full auto generation. But I still like to be able to go in here and, I just do it's automated as much as I need it right now. But with Clawbot, if y'all get on Clawbot, you can just tell it it'll automate it for you. It already did it for me. I've already managed to automate a couple songs. but I'm still in there talking to the bot, hey, upload it like this, like that. And then you still got to go manually check it. So, I mean, but you can pretty much as you can automate it, possibly right now, it's totally doable. It's just you charging you API keys, X pennies per click and upload. But with the software we already have, which is what I use, I just told Clawbot to use these auto prompters, right? Clawbot just goes and uses this. It uploads a JSON right to the Suno prompter, and then it takes that what we've created and it downloads. But the thing it can't do is it can't make a playlist on Suno. I haven't cracked that one yet. So being able to listen to and make a playlist on Suno is and then is the big part that I haven't been able to automate yet. Not that it can't do it, but it wasn't working with like headless browsers very well and AI browsers and stuff. So there's probably a way to make it happen, but I haven't spent a lot of time on it. How do you QC for your upload section? What do you mean for my YouTube videos or for my WAVs to DistroKid? Because DistroKid, I sit here and listen to them. That's what we're waiting to do. I'm going to listen to one at a time. I'll skip through listening, and I will make a playlist and then download that playlist. For the YouTube videos, yeah, that's what I do is just click through and listen to them that way and then download them. And then, yeah, upload the music and that's it. But nothing wrong with taking it further. DistroKid is just so much better at making decent, or not DistroKid. Suno is so much better now than it was, 6 months ago, especially with this new 5.5. This music is phenomenal. I'm very, very happy that it's getting better and better. Like I can't even believe that it's getting better every time, and not worse. You know, a lot of things updating are worse. Suno prompting some songs. But for my Clawbot, I actually just have it send me 30-second clips of my video intros or 30-second clips of my shorts, and I'll preview them that way. Or I'll have it live hosted on the desktop and forget what app it uses, but sometimes it uses an app if the video's too long, and it sends me a link that I can look at on my mobile phone. So I'll review my videos that way if you're wondering how I review my videos. So I have it just send me pictures or send not picture, have it send me short clip videos or send me a live static URL that's hosted like on my website, HTTP and then, port 501 or something like that, 807 and sends it to me. But it's like linked and it has to because you're not, I won't always be, because I'm not at home, it's not on the same internet. So it'll like link it through another little free app that it uses and stuff. But I had to set all that up, right? I had to tell it to set these things up, or it suggested it to me, and I authorized it. Um, we are on song 23, and like that, while we've been doing the other things, it's been taking care of our light work back here, making some songs. And there's our first one. If I knew how to hook this up, I'd play it for you, but it'll just be a garbled mess for everybody. Anybody else got any other questions? I don't have all the answers, but we can try to find them. Heartbeat going off again, making sure that my website's still publishing. Let me know if anything's not publishing. All right, now I'm going to go over here and pick a song. That I want to do. Um, where's the one song? Where's the song we had chose? What song did we choose? Ambush Creek. I like that name. See, I need a 3,000 by not three, yeah, 3,000 by 3,000 album cover of a lone figure. And I like the lone figures because I can kind of do the hero shot type deal and zoom in and blur out the background and whatnot. Let's see. Have you noticed a long upload lag to Yeah, I've had a huge lag, and we had to been having to resubmit. I've done 5, 6 albums I've had to resubmit now. 3 of them have only made it. Some of them are going straight through, but and the one I published 2 days yesterday, the day before we just did, I'm still waiting on to go live, but yeah, there's a huge lag going on right now. Everything's still publishing, and according to DistroKid, everything's fine on their end. It's just YouTube. But yeah, it's just taking forever to get in there, and definitely if it had you get on you here, I'll walk you through it. We'll go through DistroKid right here. And let me see if I can go this here. How do I do this? Here we go. You go to DistroKid. You go down the bottom and you got to get on with support and you got to talk to them and you got to resubmit your album. And you'll go down here. Let me move this if you can see, and it'll say support center. And you get click on that, and it takes you almost to another, basically to another website. It's on there. It's on a subdomain, support.distrokid, because and that's where you work. And then you'll go talk to the bot, which is over here on the right. Move this back now. Click here to chat with us. It's got the little bot, and then this is where you talk to them and you go through the process, and you resubmit, and it'll tell you has it been longer than 7 days, and then you'll submit the code that comes with your song, and they'll resubmit it for you, but only if it's been longer than 7 days. And I wait like 10 days because some albums are just taking longer to get through. But I just go back and check them. And I've been publishing less music myself because I now have more artists. But let me see what's okay. Submit and edit has been working really well. Doesn't even have to be an edit. Just re-add your existing image and it submits the edit to the store, shows up on YouTube instantly. There you go. Thank you, Tracy, for sharing that. I gotta try that. I'm gonna try that on some of my other albums. I'm sure I got something that hasn't been published to YouTube and I just haven't checked, right? So I'm gonna go I'll have to check it and make sure, but I'm gonna try that because I saw someone else posting about the, edit thumbnail thing. So I'm gonna try that trick myself. Thank you, Tracy. I have to check that out. And, where we at? Still going over here? What we're gonna call Ambush Creek. Oh, here we go. I need 3,000 of a loan. Um, what do you say? Cowboy. Lone Cowboy for the album with no text overlay because it'll like automatically do that. And now to create an image, and I still use ChatGPT. It's a little slower, but I like what it can put out for me sometimes. And then still going here. And the big thing is too, Matt, like I don't know how long you've been publishing music. And I just say this to everybody coming in, if you got a fresh new account, don't just I just don't recommend creating multiple artists in the first like week or so or a week or two and just pumping a ton of music. I think maybe they just don't like that and they don't say it, or maybe some of the stuff don't like some of the what do you call it? The platforms may not like that, right? Because ultimately if what somebody I saw somebody share before was that one of their accounts had gotten they got the email that they can no longer their platforms are not accepting music from this DistroKid account any further, so therefore we can't take your music, something like that. And I was like, because there's that platform risk. So if platforms like copyright you or ban you, then that's going to affect you negatively in DistroKid. So we want to avoid that. Start and just oh, you said oops. Oh, darn. I was hoping to try to give you a warning because I'm trying to post it everywhere and try to remind people because I'm excited about it. I'm like, yeah, get the work done. But my older videos, especially, like I'm motivating people to get after it. And We didn't have all this software where you could just download an album and you crank out 35 songs in 5 minutes. And of course, I'm going to go in here and look at these and I'm going to edit them. I'm only going to take the ones I like. I'm either going to re-edit or just disregard songs I don't like completely, by the way. If you're wondering about that, I get asked those questions all the time. Like, I'm fine burning an API or burning one of these credits. You see, I've never used all 10,000 credits. I know some of y'all are running out. That lets me know y'all publishing insane amounts of music, by the way. But I've never used all of them ever. Oh, excuse me. A lot of talking here. Some water. But kind of back to the automation question, though. When I do go live with full automation, as I'm working towards a full kind of like offline automation process, it'll probably be with some lyric or music that doesn't have the lyrics. Just that way, it'll limit the risk of some bad words getting in there, right? Because I would hate for it to publish things and say things that I don't want it to say and get and negatively affect anyone in any way. Just further food for thought. If anybody goes ahead and messes with the claw bot, and let me see. But yeah, all these videos, and there's not even like a lot. There's getting a couple of views here and there, but they'll make a difference later potentially. All right, I'm hoping. But I'm also going to make some better videos because these are just static images, by the way, with little visualizers on the bottom and it switches through the images in the video. And because it's just cheaper that way for me. But I'm also going to change this to have videos at the beginning. I'll change up the format. But right now, I just wanted to get publishing. We only have 800 subscribers and whatnot, and nowhere near the amount of hours we need to get this. Um, what do you say? Yeah, every song is a lottery ticket. It really is a lottery ticket. Because I'm going to be honest, you don't even know which song's going to pop, man. My top songs are all just some random songs. I'm like, oh, they're not the ones I put the most work in. Or nothing like that. They're not, you know, yeah. And then I take them and I make more, and then all the songs do better. I make more like them. I set it as an example, but every song is a lottery ticket, and they keep going and they keep going, keep getting streams. All right, looks like we're done with our prompts. Close that down. So check on our image. Lone gunslinger at twilight. Awesome. It's pretty good. Out there at the creek, Ambush Creek. I like Canva. Like working with that. Anybody got any questions though? Keywords or anything like that? I mean, to be fair, I spent a lot of time doing research, right? I spent a lot of time doing research. Um, Before, so I'm not in there necessarily always every day now, but I still like to go back and look. Especially when I'm doing a new artist. One of my favorite things to do is make new artists and new songs. But this one might be one of my next targets, giving y'all a preview here since y'all are here watching. That right there is probably gonna be one of my next targets for a new artist. Right, it's probably gonna be in that niche, messing around with that. And so I've been researching a little bit here. You can see what they got going on. It's skulls and half naked ladies. So targeting certain demographic for sure. And You can see the kind of views that somebody with 1.4K subscribers is getting, right? So I might mess around, jump in this niche, but y'all will have more time to jump on this than I will right now. If one of y'all want to, or all of you want to hop in here. Looks like something right for the taking, in my opinion, right? You got people with 1.4K subscribers getting 35,000 views, on a video. So I think there's room there. But yeah, I think there is room for sure. Thought I'd give y'all all the people that hung out in here with me that little tip. Uh, every song is indeed a lottery ticket that will keep paying you. We are stacking assets. Every song you create is a digital asset. Submit. Oh yeah. Oh, it scrolled up on its own. Where's my? Wish it would get rid of this unread message thing here. I keep thinking there's a message. But when I'm building a new artist, I'm in vidIQ a lot because I'm looking at all the people, right? Got one, two, three, four, four people, four different artists in the top one here. I was trying to see how many subscribers that first one's got. The top viewed video only has 1.6K subscribers. One, two, three, four. So there's options, and you can take different views, right? This one's Six Gun Siren, so they're creating all probably all females. Mavericks, probably a bunch of Mavericks, right? Young studs. Wouldn't be surprised if it's like the same person doing that one. Outlaw Smoke, that sounds pretty good. Sounds like a good name. But that title, is probably super basic, but they can't people can't actually copyright titles. But I would want to avoid using the same song titles they have, but I think the best way to avoid that is kind of adding or a sub niche to it, right? Like I said, throw angels and demons and graveyards in it, and not you can do more than one album with stuff like that, and then change it up a little bit, make it about werewolves and vampires, right? Stuff like that. Add little subgenres in there, make it about uh, freaking, I don't know, cowboys in outer space, right? Being funny, but I'm going to listen to some of these here in a bit. Let's do this album cover. Pull this album, this new picture image in. Boom. See how I did the last one? Turned out pretty good. Dark Blues Boy. See, that one looks a little too like reading a graphic novel. We still got a few minutes. If anybody's got any questions, I can dig into some stuff if you're interested. Like if y'all want me to go down the rabbit hole on keyword research or messing with making songs or formulating. But you saw basically how quick we can, and you know, if some of y'all haven't used, I think some of y'all haven't used these tools. They work pretty dang good. Just knocks out some good songs. Let's go. Yeah, exactly, David. Exactly. That's why, it's best to avoid, right? Best to avoid all that. Just definitely don't want to copy anyone. I mean, I'm 100% on that. I don't know. I don't do cover songs. I don't make none of that stuff. I get asked that question all the time too. I'm 100% on make it as original as possible. There's no reason not to, right? We're in the for now, this stuff is affordable. All this power, the electricity is affordable to do this, right? The energy to do this is affordable. The credits are affordable. There's no reason, zero reason to copy anyone other than trying to steal what they've already done, essentially. And I'm not about that. There's a difference between you know generating and tailoring and looking for your sound and creating your sound and doubling down on your sound, and which is what we're doing, which is what you have to do to be successful. You can't just throw different stuff. I don't want to even say that because there's people out there making plenty fine money throwing just random crap out there. But because it's just the way it is, I think that's you can do that too. And I got asked a question too I wanted to answer, and this is for Cornelia. He was asking about how do you know, and before we get off here, I want to answer this for everyone. How do you know when to cut an artist? I'm going to be honest. I haven't cut any artist, but I mean, I guess you tell by how much it's paid you. I have yet to publish an artist or a song that hasn't paid me, right? But if it's only paying me X amount after 30 albums, if it's only paying me X amount after 200 songs, and I don't find that feasible, that's fine. For example, Russian Rap's paying me 30 bucks after. Let's go look at Russian Raps. You know, only a couple albums lets me know, we got 297 subscribers now, but we only got X amount of albums on there. And we're getting there though. You can see nothing crazy, no crazy views coming in. But that means that some people are buying the albums too, right? Releases. Here we go. Well, I don't have a crazy amount of albums, and I've made $30. To me, that's like, okay, we're going with that one because it's working. So I'm going to do more Russian rap. And then, what is it? Lo-fi Mozart, not paying me very much money. And granted, the albums aren't as good. I haven't doubled down as much. And don't disregard the subscriber number. I used what was it? I did like some edits with what's the name of that show? There's this TV show. I did some video edits. But for example, I did all these songs on there and only made like, it's been even longer and it's only made like $6, $7, over several months. It's way more songs compared to Russian raps, right? And this may have been a detriment to put it on a channel that was already monetized, by the way, but I monetized the Squid Game edits. That's what it was. I'd done a bunch of Squid Game edits of kill scenes, and that got them on here, and they went viral, got it monetized. Several videos went viral, and then once I ran ads, all the ads were limited, and it paid me nothing. It was like pennies on the dollar. So I changed that into a what do you call this? The Lo-Fi Mozart here. And I own lo-fi-mozart.com. And in my mind, this is a super good keyword. You got lo-fi and you got Mozart. So I mean, essentially it's like maybe because I changed niches, maybe because I did whatever. Tons of factors could play into it. But I published more on this one than I did Russian raps, for example. And it's paid me basically $1 a month. It's still a thing. It's still a strategy. It's still going to compound as you make more music. It's not that anything won't pay you. Every album pays. Every song is a lottery ticket. I believe that. Like that's what keeps me publishing up at midnight before I go to bed. I'm making some decent songs, right? But I play these even at my gym. I listen to this stuff. This is chill music. I made a lot of these specifically to listen to during my kids' classes because there's nobody else's stuff pushed into their music. No ulterior motives, nothing, no craziness, no weird words that I don't know what they mean when I'm in the class and all the kids know what it means. It's just, some chill beats. So I made a bunch of these for that. But compared to, Russian raps, like published way less music and I've already got, basically 5x the results of lo-fi Mozart. But then again, dark ambiento, we also built dark ambiento and Russian raps on stream with you guys. Both of these are paying well already. Like this paid, we just got our first paycheck. It was like $7 or $8. I've never got that much. And only two of my releases, see, only two releases are on here, but we got at least three. And we got like three albums. There's another one that hasn't made it because I resubmitted it. But my most recent one's on there, but people are nothing crazy streaming here on YouTube, I don't think. Not got no crazy streams, but it's still paying. Everything pays. So I wanted to answer that question. I wanted to be like super clear on that. The reason this is freaking so good, what we can do right now, and the reason it keeps me excited about still publishing music every day, I'm trying to make or publish music every day. I'm not publishing every day right now. I'm not publishing every day right now because I'm busy. I'm super busy. But I am making music every day. And what keeps me excited is that every song is freaking instantly monetized. Maybe it doesn't get 1,000 streams or you don't get paid on Spotify or whatever the rule is there, but it is instantly monetized on every platform it's on and you can collect revenue for it. To me, that is, there's the average person in the world's living off of like $3 a day, man. Like this is literally printing gold. So I don't know. It keeps me excited. I'm like, and now here we are. And I'm babbling. I'm babbling. I don't want to take everybody's time. I know somebody's got some questions. I know somebody's got some questions before we get off here about anything that I'm doing. And honestly, I'm going to make another image. I think that sucks. Make this ultra realistic. I should have said this at first. Realistic and HD. Make it extremely. Yeah, that'd be good. Needs to be way more clear and detailed. Not a cartoon. And hopefully it'll do its own meta prompting in the background. But the best route to get good pictures is to meta prompt. See anybody, any messages? We're still streaming. Everything's connected. We have, and yeah, I know I went on that rant there, but that was for Cornelia. That's ultimately you have to just decide: do you want to keep publishing music or not? And that's why I tell my I got two big pieces of advice for everyone that's just starting. Make music you want to make that you like to listen to, so you can listen to it. Number two, start off slow. That didn't used to be my advice because it took so long. You're downloading individual WAVs, especially if you're here or you watch my older videos when I wasn't using the software. Now we got the software. Even just one piece of software, you can start cranking out multiple albums a day. Just start slow at first so you don't mess up any part of the process, but ultimately so you don't get yourself in trouble, right? So you don't get banned early on for putting 30 albums on. You don't instantly get, because they say shadow banning and all these things aren't real, but I'm so you don't get shadow banned, right? I don't know if it's real or not, but I would hate for that to happen to anyone. We know everyone knows we have albums that are all of a sudden, starting in January, not showing up on YouTube as fast or at all. And it's definitely slow. And now we got some albums showing up randomly, some albums not showing up. So it's definitely something. How many Spotify claimed artists? Man, I don't David, that's a great question. I have, 8 or 10 under my first one, and I have 2 under another one. So I only have 2 Spotify accounts under 2 Gmails. And, but I haven't claimed all my artists as either, just to clarify. Um, like Russian Raps. No, I claimed that one. Yeah, there's a couple of my artists I haven't claimed all the profiles on. And, I don't know what's recommended, but I will say this: anything more than one is an increased risk because now they both share that risk, if that makes sense. Because just like the YouTube channel, if your account gets banned, any channel under that gets banned. And this for reason. Has this happened to anyone? Not that I know of. As far as I know, they don't care. Everybody just wants to get their cut, right? And platforms want your stuff to keep people on their platform. If it doesn't do that, number one, that's gone. It's just not fulfilling their needs. But I have several under one, but they weren't all put there overnight. It wasn't created and instantly created several artists. That's why I tell people, any one of these platforms could have an issue. Maybe you claim 10 brand new artist profiles on Spotify and Spotify bans you, like I don't know. It doesn't say that stuff anywhere, but I think it's highly likely that they monitor that stuff because these will be just unusual activities. Nobody's doing that except for somebody trying to spam the system. Good question, though. I've had that a couple times as well, but I do have 8 or 10 under one profile, so you can have a lot. You can have more than one. Um, check out this picture here. But Dark is changing my view on, being able to make money with, no with albums with no lyrics, with just pure, lyricless music. And because it's paid me $7. So in reality, with 3 or 4 albums out making $7 already, lets me know that I can pump out 10 or 20 of these and make double that money, right? You double the output, double the or double the input, double the output. But sometimes the way this works, in my opinion, is if you double the input, you triple or quadruple the output, right? Because every song that somebody likes, they go listen to your other songs. So that's just increasing, increasing, increasing. And also what keeps me excited about this. So I'm sliding down to my chair. Didn't do much better. This is what I don't like, is it'll get in these little loops where it doesn't want to make it much better. Uh, Probably just do some editing and see what we can do here. We'll edit that because it's not bad. So I wanted it to do better. But we're here to Vento. Make a antique maybe. We'll go back and then we'll autofocus. Already that. And got our autofocused. Too potent. Should pop one. Not too bad. Makes it look a little better, but it still looks terrible. I don't like it. I'll do better. I'll do better. Nice. What do you got? Oh, when choosing keywords for your albums, do you tend to niche down, go for keywords with a larger number of search, or continually use the same keyword as your channel? I try to use the same keyword because my thinking is own the keyword. Even though we are owning a niche down keyword like dark blues boy, right? It's blues is a huge keyword. Dark blues is just a sub keyword under that or a subgenre under that genre. And that's try to have it in every one. Dark blues, dark blues. Now with the videos, my thinking is that's where we can really start to experiment and not quite keyword stuff, but you can put two keywords in any title, essentially, or pair them together. And but in the albums, my thinking is the ultimate goal is to own an entire keyword. So if I want to do, outlaw country rap or something, then I want to own the entire thing, and you want to I would want outlaw country rap in every single song, every single album title. And even if I could put it in the YouTube title, outlaw country rapper, outlaw rapper or something like that. Not saying it's going to be the best brand artist name, but you can kind of make it a branded account. Um, but you don't have to do that. Hopefully that answers your question, though, Tracy. I recommend ultimately owning the keyword, right? What does that mean? That means having more content with that keyword in it than anyone else. That's literally the way I think of it. And so if some guys got 1,000 songs with outlaw country rap, I'm going to need 2,000 songs with outlaw country rap to own that. And while he's over there, doing one album a month, I'm doing two albums a week or an album a week. And that's kind of the goal without spamming anything and also making the content good. Because my heartbeat going off for Claude or for what do you call that? All right. Start here. I'll finish this. Honestly, I'll finish this up tonight. I'm not gonna finish it now. I'm gonna go do some loading. Got some boxes to pack. And here's the first song. And the album is going to be called Ambush Creek. All right. We got any other questions before I hop off here? This one is recording. It is recording today. So we should be able to share this. Started off talking about the JSON again and utilizing the tool. We've cranked out our 35 songs. And I need to now go edit, click through them, make sure they're all good, and add them to a playlist, and then download them with our Suno helper tool. And but I do need to get out there and help load some stuff. All right, I'm gonna just take that as a no, and everyone have a great weekend. Hopefully, I've answered all the questions I've got in the chat over the week and everything as well. And yeah, feel free. Y'all know you can DM me anytime, and I'll get pretty much right to you within a bit. It goes to my phone. I get notifications. And yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. Have a great weekend. I appreciate you coming. I see it's thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Merrick. Thank you, Brian. Peace, everybody. Thanks for coming. Cornelia, you have a good day at work, bro. Later. Thanks, Matt.